the run of the Giants. But if Andre Williams is on the field only when you're going to run the football, well, yeah, everybody knows what you're about to do. And if you don't have the right offensive line, you're not going to win that battle. But then everybody knows when you put Peyton Hillis on the football, you're not running the football, you're throwing it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what a dead giveaway. So these packages I don't even think are right because your personnel should be able to do different things without, hey, we got to take that guy out and put this guy in and that guy out and put this guy in and basically tip off to everybody what you're about to do.
Mm-hmm.
Because if we could tell what you're about to do, certainly they can tell.
Well, and we're talking about committing to the run, but the Dallas Cowboys have run 200 rushing plays, and Tony Romo has 191 pass attempts. So it's actually pretty even.
Yeah.
But it just seems like it.
That's probably true.
Mm.
But Romo's also got 100 quarterback rating for the year so far.
And just think about just a few months ago, people were slamming Romo. Just,
he's
libelous words were being exchanged by people. Not us, of course.
I don't know.
No, not us.
No, it was me. I know what you're saying.
You know what I mean.
Not really libelous because
not libelous, but it might have. It was. Let me rephrase. It was borderline. I mean, people said the nastiest things about him. They became personal attacks.
Yeah, it's crap. But Romo has a bad habit of throwing crunch time interceptions. He could throw for 390 yards, 3 touchdowns, but if the game was close in the fourth quarter, he would do something to screw it up. He just would, and that's what got him all the vitriol.
Mm-hmm.
Thrown his way. So, all right. What else were we wrong about? We all picked Cincinnati to beat Carolina.
That was amazing.
That game, I got to tell you, I know Nugent missed the game-winning field goal and all, but there's no way Carolina should have come back in that game on the road. If you're a Cincinnati Bengal, if you're listening, you want us to take you seriously, win games like that. I don't know. What do you guys think?
No, I agree. And if I was the Cincinnati Bengals, and I still think they're a very good team, their defense is in serious, serious trouble. I mean, I think they have a better defense than what we've seen recently. But, I mean, last week, or not last week, this week against Carolina, they give up 37 points. Last week, they give up 43 points to New England. Now, earlier in the year, they gave up, 33 points total in the first 3 games. They go on a bye week, and the first 2 games back, they give up 80 total points in consecutive weeks. So that, to me, I would be a little concerned. They need to figure out what's wrong. I think they will. I still think they're a very talented team. Obviously, one of the best in the AFC. So, but there's definitely got to be some concern there.
Mm-hmm.
You can't. The Bengals can't lose games at home. They are supposed to win those games under the system that they have. And if they keep losing games like that, or allowing teams to score against them like that, I don't think they're going to be the division winner coming out of the North. I'm still picking my Ravens to take it.
Well, let's look at it. I mean, the Ravens had a fantastic week, obviously, this past week. But overall, that division is really tight. Really close from top to bottom. And the Browns are getting back into the mix. I want to talk about them in a minute. But Cincinnati, like you said, you can't afford to lose these games at home. And Carolina is not the Carolina of last year. You know what I mean? They don't have Luke Kuechly is there and everything, but it's not the same defense. They had some losses in the secondary there, and they still don't have a decent wide receiver other than Kelvin Benjamin. And Greg Olsen is the tight end. There's issues in Carolina. That is not a game they should be losing at home. And then they go on and they tie. It's just blah. And it's what Cincinnati will be Cincinnati until they get over that hump. They just will. Which leads me to my next subject that I want to talk about. Is it time, kids, to take the Cleveland Browns for real?
Yes. Not like they're the best team in the NFL, but yes.
Yeah, no, I'm not talking about title contending, but the one thing that they do really well is they execute on the offensive line. Mm-hmm. And we're going to see whether or not it's a team thing or because they lost their center, Alex Mack, for the rest of the season, broke his fibula in that game yesterday. So the Cleveland Browns are playing as solid a game of football as anybody in the league right now, and I just never thought that I would be saying that 6 weeks in.
I mean, they have, and not only that, the next 3 games they should win at Jacksonville, home against Oakland, home against Tampa. I mean, they have a good shot of winning at least 2 of those 3 games, if not all 3. Then they're going to have a little bit of a harder road to end the season, but I mean, you're definitely looking at a team that should finish 500, maybe 9-7. So, and honestly, that's really good for Cleveland going into this season. There were a lot of expectations, but most of them were in the Johnny Manziel category, which that's the big thing. If Hoyer keeps playing the way he does and he somehow gets this team into the playoffs, what does that say about Manziel? Because Hoyer, obviously, you would have to give him the benefit of the doubt. He's played very well this year. So what does that do about Johnny Manziel?
Well, Manziel's the backup. He's got him. He's not even.
What's his name from Pro Football Talk brought up this issue last night. I can't think of his name off the top of my head.
Florio.
Mike Florio. That Hoyer's contract's up this year, and with every passing week, that the Browns are going to have to pay more for him because he's winning them football games. I thought to myself, that's I'm not going to sit here and say Mike Florio is a bad analyst. I don't think that at all. But my thought process to it was, well, I don't think Brian Hoyer is going to get a better deal than the deal that he's got going in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Every team that he's been on has shunned him and just kicked him to the curb. Here's a team that is his home team. They love him there. He's doing well there. And even if he ended up being the backup to the team, I think it's a good deal for him. So I think that, they should resign him. They should commit to both these quarterbacks. This is a league where having 2 good quarterbacks, as the Redskins have shown, is not a bad thing.
Yeah, that's true.
And if you're Cleveland, you can't be short at that position because that's the position that has killed them throughout the years. So get them both. Have them both compete, and whoever's the best one, play next year.
And think about this now, and they get Josh Gordon back after Week 10.
Oh, my God. They're going to be phenomenal.
And their schedule after Week 10 is home against Houston, at Atlanta, at Buffalo, home against the Colts, home against the Bengals, at the Panthers, and then they finish the season at the Ravens. So none of those games really are giveaways. So all hands on deck. We'll find out what this team is really about.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right, let's take a very short break. Short. We're talking about 4-minute break. And when we come back, we'll go through the week, our picks for next week, and talk about everything you can anticipate in Week 7 of the NFL. You're listening to the NFL Hour on 87 Sports Fans Live on Late Night Sports Radio.
Don't believe you anymore. You can never turn me on. There's no more love. There's no more tears. No feelings like before. And now my heart is made of stone. And you'll never turn me on. Into broken-hearted lying on the floor. And now your soul is torn in two. You are lost, you are mad, feeling sad. Your crazy broken dreams are never coming back. Now you see how it feels when you're down on your knees and your soul is torn in two. Now you know how feels when you're down on your knees and your heart is bleeding now so strong. No more pain, no suffering like before. So you've got the sleepless nights, and tears are clouding up your eyes, and your broken heart and you're lying on the floor. And now your soul is torn. Broken dreams are never coming back. Now you see how it feels when you're down on your knees and your soul is turning too. Now you know how it feels when you're down on your knees and your heart is bleeding now so strong. So strong.
Who the hell can wait till morning? Talk now at latenightsportsradio.com.
Sports fans live on latenightsportsradio.com. Reminder that this and every broadcast is brought to you by CG Imaging at cg-imaging.com. CG Imaging, virtually creating reality. And also by The Lockbox by Stephen Taylor, a spy thriller available for digital download and paperback orders on barnesandnoble.com and amazon.com. The book title is The Lockbox by Stephen Taylor. You know, there's a bunch of people at home that have listened to this and be like, I didn't know the lead singer from Aerosmith wrote a book.
No, I hate that. I absolutely freaking hate that. I've never had hepatitis in my life.
Oh, gee. Well, Steve, that's good to know.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks, buddy. I know. If we ever shake hands, you don't have to worry about washing afterwards.
Thanks for that little glimpse into your life.
It's an important glimpse.
All right, so let's get let's look forward. Let's look ahead, shall we? By the way, it's a 7-point game now with the Rams and the 49ers in the fourth quarter, just approaching the 2-minute warning. The schedule for Week 7 for the NFL: Philadelphia and Tampa Bay have byes, which is probably the best news Buccaneers fans have heard in a long time. The games we all agree about, we are all picking the Patriots to beat the Jets, because let's face it, why not? The Baltimore Ravens to beat the Atlanta Falcons. Baltimore's at home. Atlanta has not played well on